taxes.
Okay, but when you control for income in two different groups from the 60s and today, like, are they going to be both worse with their money? Or I guess the today group going to be worse with their money?
Yes.
Okay, can you find me that data?
No, I'm just telling you. I mean, it's.
I mean, you just made an empirical claim. Like,
everybody have made empirical claims here without backing up data. The fact
Yeah,
that now
you
you want a source for it. Well, no, the
Okay.
thing is you've made claims earlier as well, right? And
Provided
nobody
a
called
source
you
for
on
the
it.
80%
Because we're trying to have an argument here of logic. We're not trying to necessarily
what
find
do
a
you
source for
want
every
me to
little thing that
substantiate? I can find it right now. I will substantiate any empirical
substantiate the fact that poor people can never succeed in life.
Wait, that's not what I said. You're strawmanning my argument.
Okay. Then hold on. Substantiate me that there aren't there's not actual opportunities for poor people to get out of their situation.
I would argue that 80% of Americans.
No, I'm not asking for an argument. Show me a statistic that proves that.
Yeah, sure. 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Do you want that citation?
Okay. How does paycheck to paycheck imply that they will be poor forever?
What? Do you unironically? Is that a real question?
I want a source for that.
Wait,
I want a source.
By the way,
hold on.
Automatically a false statistic. Because are 80% of Americans even getting a paycheck?
Below poverty.
No. This was before the pandemic.
Okay, so first of all, find me a statistic that says that, please.
Sure. This was before the pandemic. When the unemployment.
I'm not asking for the paycheck to paycheck statistic. I'm asking for the answer to the question
first. Hold on. I got it right here. Here we go. All right. Sorry, it's 78. I misspoke.
I'm not asking for the paycheck to paycheck statistic for the third time.
What were you asking for?
You made a claim that poor people, there are not opportunities for poor people to stop being poor.
Yeah, like rent has increased, college tuition has increased.
Okay, that is not answering my question.
Wage stagnation has
That is not answering my question.
Yeah, I'm using all of these as a proxy to argue that poor people are given less opportunities.
Okay, I'm not asking for a proxy. You made a claim. I'm asking for you to prove that claim.
Okay, so you want very specifically that poor people have less opportunities than they do in the 60s.
No, you said poor people are incapable of getting out of their situation because there are not ample opportunities by and large.
And obviously I don't mean like 100% incapable, but wealth mobility has decreased. Absolutely.
I mean, but the problem with that is that if there is opportunity, like if they have the opportunity to move and they're just not choosing to, that shouldn't be governmentally mandated. That's a cultural thing.
But there is always a guaranteed underclass.
Okay.
No, there's
there
not.
will always be an underclass in every single society.
Yeah.
This will always be the case. You can't legislate this away. There are people who are fucking the bottom. I don't know if you've interacted with the poor people in this country, but the bottom 20% are fucking retarded. They are not incapable because the blah blah blah. We don't have access to smartphones with Wikipedia. That's not the issue here. These people are fucking
let's not
stupid.
insult.
A little bit of a generalization there.
Can I say something? Please?
Yeah, go for it.
People aren't poor because society is against them. People are poor because they're incapable. This is just my personal experience. First of all, you have not cited my original point either.
Everyone is born into a poor family. They're just stupid, right?
Who wanted to talk?
Plenty of people. Plenty of people are born into poor families all the time and don't stay poor. This happens all the time.
Then how do they have the opportunity to get out? Which is it? Are they too stupid to get out of their situation, or are they like, what is it?
I'm saying that they're poor for a reason. A smart person who is in those situations. I'm answering the question, dumb fuck. You let me get 5 words out.
Yes or no to get out of their situation.
A lot of them are.
Okay,
but this isn't because society is conspiring against them or that it's impossible. Some people are less capable than other people. This is a fact of life.
You agree with me with different reasons. I mean, I agree with you that poor people are fucking stupid and that they're stupid with their money, but everyone's stupid with their money. Like, that's always been
No, they're not.
No, they're not. Plenty of people are smart with their money.
Monkeys, can I just ask you? So let's say you have two families, family A and B. family A, incredibly wealthy, they can pay for their kids' tuition, 2 parents, whatever, they can send them to Harvard.
I know what you're going to say.
And then obviously
I know what you're
family
going
B
to say.
is poor, etc., etc., etc. And then you put these two together, right? You can predict, without knowing anything about their personalities or anything, you can predict which one is more likely to be successful in life, right?
Sure,
So-
sure, but this doesn't change anything.
Yeah, but it does, right? Because it implies that, it's not just people making bad choices and that's why they're poor or dumb, and they're dumb and it's because their choice is self-determinism.
You can imply that with your
Clearly,
I mean, if you're taught as a child if you're taught as a child to live like a poor person, then you're going to live like a poor person. That's not
the
the
thing
fault of the rich
is like
person.
just because rich families are more likely to be successful doesn't mean that poor people aren't by and large fucking stupid and
Why
deserving.
What do you mean?
are people
Oh, so
fucking
they-
stupid? Because they don't have access to what rich people have access to, right? If you took a fucking poor, stupid person and took them through life, they didn't have any problems, their dad loaned them his third house, didn't have to worry about any of that, they got into Harvard because they fucking know the owners and the connections.
Why are you
I'm not
using
saying
such
that
an
all
extreme
rich people.
example?
Hold on.
This is
I'm not
hypothetical,
saying
though.
that all. Hold on. I'm not saying that all rich people deserve what they have. I'm saying the vast majority of poor people
Okay,
deserve what they have.
So what we should do is
Oh,
try to
wow.
make it equal, right? So that
What
poor
is
people
shit?
and rich
Poor
people
people
start equally in society.
They do. It's called fucking public schooling.
You and your wife will never be able to pass on wealth to their children. Is that what you're advocating for?
I personally believe everyone should start at the same place and hopefully, and I believe in.
So you didn't answer the question.
I believe in. I'm explaining it. I believe in equality of opportunity heavily. I think everyone should have the exact same opportunities in life, but they shouldn't have the same outcome. If someone makes the most of their opportunity, they deserve better. So yeah, I do think people should hand stuff off to their kids, but it shouldn't be the point that you're just someone's born into massive wealth and someone's born into massive poverty.
So are you saying that a rich person should not? Hold on. Are you saying? Hold on. He didn't answer my question. Let me respond to that, right? Because do you think that there should be a limit as to what parents can pass on to their children? What parents should be able to do with their own money that they've earned in life?
They literally said no.
Okay, that's insane.
That's fun,
What?
kids. Oh my God.
Who are you to tell me? Who are you to tell me what I can and can't do with my own fucking money?
For the betterment of
Especially
society.
not be able to. That's ridiculous. I disagree with the fact that I should not be able to spend my money the way I want to spend my money.
I mean, you can go
Wait,
cry about having to pay taxes all you want, but it helps society, and we've agreed.
Wait, hold on.
But
Hold on. I
no.
just wanna-
But denying people access to resources does not
sorry
help
that I denied you
society.
to-
It just
Wait.
increases parity.
One sec.
No,
Dude,
listen,
dude.
because
Let Paul
for
speak. Let
example,
Paul speak.
hold on, let me finish this discussion with this one guy. We're having a one-on-one discussion right now. Just give me 1 minute, okay?
Go down to
Okay,
101.
so the
Get
point
outta
is-
here.
Oh my god, let me just finish this one point with this one guy because obviously we're
No,
just
we good.
directing questions to each other, okay? So the point is me not being allowed to pay for my child's doctorate, for example, or not pay for my child's housing. How does this help poor people? Because my child is now at a disadvantage, less of an advantage than they would have been?
All right, what do you want to say, Paul?
Basically, I was going to
What?
say that.
That's a question for you, Dutfield.
Yeah, but we're from such different, like, if you don't like taxes, we're so far removed from this
I'm not
conversation.
talking about taxes.
You just
I'm talking about preventing
How
me.
is the government allowed to tell me what I'm allowed to do with my money? I mean, that's pretty much being against taxes, right? We're all in a society.
Can you answer the question I just asked you?
No, I want Paul to say what he wants. We're not in a one-on-one debate room.
Okay,
It's-
so you can't answer it because you're a fucking fucktard. Okay, got it.
The
What was
fool
the
yours,
question again?
Dr. Jack.
The question is how does me not being able to pay for my child's higher education or pay for my child's housing going to help poor people in fucking Detroit?
Wait. How
There's
is you
chances-
not? Wait. How is you?
Because my child is now at a relative disadvantage to what he would have been.
How is you not being able to pay for your child's education going to help someone else in Detroit? I mean, I would argue.
Yes,
I
that
would
was the
argue
question.
That if you were able to pay for your child's education, or if education was subsidized, or if education was made so cheap that anyone could reasonably pay for it in minimum wage, then that would increase the demand for it. That would.
Okay, but that wasn't the question.
Answer your question.
So that wasn't that. Hold on, that wasn't the question though.
You didn't let. That was the. If you were able to do that, or if there was a system in which you were able to pay for your education, that would increase the labor force for higher educated workforces, which would increase.
But that wasn't the question.
Entrepreneurship, which would provide jobs in areas like Detroit.
Okay, cool. I don't care about that because that does not answer my question.
You asked a question, you got blown the fuck out, and now you don't care.
No, because that does not answer my question.
I'll answer the question.
No, because you're like, oh, but we can do all these social programs and this and that can help poor people, blah 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 blah.
Businesses, you fucking idiot.
Okay, but the point is this isn't the action of the person in question, right? My question was, how does preventing a parent from being able to pay for their child's higher education benefit anybody else in society?
This is how. Because it basically levels the
Dutfield said that there should be a limit as to what parents can do to give their children advantages.
Inheritance should be taxed, because what we want to do is transfer wealth from the top to the bottom of society.
I don't know how these American but curious.
Hold on. This question was already answered, all right? Do you know what would happen if you got rid of the inheritance tax? And if you had put inheritance tax, it would make people in the middle class not want to fucking save, make more money. It would disincentivize people from a certain limit, dude. Why would you want to do that?
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. Until someone's got
it happens in social countries all the time.
Because when I die in 20 years, I'm going to get taxed higher on it. Like, what a fucking joke of an argument that is. Look, who here doesn't believe in equality of opportunity?
We're not asking that.
I don't generally.
If you believe in that, you also have to believe in equality of work and how hard you work. And
no, you don't.
Lazy.
Not really.
No, you don't.
Why? No, I don't believe it in the sense that I don't believe that just saying like, oh, let's create equality of opportunity is
not everybody
a realistic solution.
Most basketball players didn't work as hard as Michael Jordan for him to be the best one.
Jukebox. You're getting mixed up with quality of outcome. No one's talking about. No matter how hard you work, you should have the same reward.
No, but even the opportunities, I'm saying, come from like you going out and making your own opportunities as well. If someone is shy, they're not gonna get as much opportunity as someone who's gregarious and goes to different clubs and activities and builds social networks, dude. That's what I'm trying to say.
I think you're looking at poor people as if every poor people in the world is exactly the same.
Exact same everything. Exact same parents. That's my problem with your fucking suppositions, dude. And a priority of belief.
Yeah, you can't create equality of opportunity, so I don't understand what the point of discussing it is.
Wait, hold on, Jack. Can I ask you?
You can only do so under incredibly authoritarian measures.
Wait, Jack.
No, you don't.
Yeah, but it's not. I know we can't like snap our fingers and create it, but this should be a goal we're moving towards to have a more equitable society.
I disagree.
Wait,
why would you? Why? Okay, what's you?
I think the barriers to opportunity should be lowered, but I don't think we should be able to punish people for having more opportunity, quote unquote, by being richer. Right?
Then how do you lower the barriers? The barriers that
we should be raising the floor. We should be raising.
So, for example, the government imposing a barrier on Black people being able to have jobs or something like that is absolutely egregious, and I don't think anyone here can agree with that, right?
Goose.
I'm giving an example of something that we can all agree on.
Equality of any kind.
Rights movement, dude. Like you're literally against the concept of employers being able to discriminate on basis of race. Like, don't fucking.
Yes, I am.
Oh,
yeah. So that's mutually incompatible positions.
Oh, girl.
That's the law. They have to do that.
Yeah, by law you have to not discriminate.
Yeah, it's equal opportunity employment. That's nationwide.
Yeah, and that's a good thing, right?
Thus increasing the barrier for people who are racist. Like, what are you talking about?
I think as an employer, you should be able to hire whoever you want for whatever reason. I think fundamentally that's incredibly important.
I strongly disagree.
You can disagree with it. That's my opinion on it.
No, I'm saying you're objectively, logically incompatible. You have two mutually incompatible positions.
In what way?
When you say you want to lower the barrier for opportunity and make it more equitable, but you also say that you want to allow like
I think that if people want to do something, their personal liberty is fundamentally far more important than trying to be charitable to brown people or poor people.
Okay, so then as a concept, you think that you think it's better for people to be able to discriminate than to lower the barrier, like such as discrimination.
For example, I think
that
okay, let me answer your question. I think that like racially hiring people is a bad thing, right? I think naturally that if you simply hire based on the basis of race, you're going to come out behind, right? It is in a business's best interest to hire the most competent person, right? That being said, I think personal liberty is is so important here in all aspects of life that I think forcing people to hire someone based on their race is kind of shitty.
The problem is that it can create a feedback loop where the actually hiring based on race can end up not being a detriment because you've created a feedback loop where a certain race is also the people who have the most merit.
Also, wouldn't you agree that it infringes on someone's personal liberties when they're discriminated on the basis of their race?
What, your personal liberty to be hired by an employer? No, absolutely not. You have no entitlement to somebody else's labor.
Like, what if everyone discriminated on the basis of race? Wouldn't that
well, then I don't know. Society's racist. Go fuck yourself.
Maybe less sexual harassment.
Yeah, this is why you're against the civil rights movement. Like,
yes, that's what I said. Not the civil rights movement, but the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Yes.
What do you think they were advocating for?
Government forcing people to hire people that they don't want to.
They were advocating for equitable legislation. That's what they were advocating for, and you're against that. So
They're hiring
against the civil rights movement.
I wasn't against the movement in regards to issues. Like, for example, there's lots of issues with policing and different things like that where people are treated differently under the law, right? So, for example, I don't think a brown person should be treated under the law differently than a white person. I think everybody should be treated equal. I think everybody should be. I think everybody should be treated equally under the law. So, for example, if there's a if black people are being legally discriminated against, like judges are being racist and being shitheads and doing whatever, I think that's an issue. However, I think forcing people to hire black or brown people simply because they're black or brown is bad.
Wait, nobody's forcing people to hire black or brown people. They're just
no, actually, you are through affirmative action.
I mean, but that's not what the civil action is. That's not what the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was.
Yeah.
What do you think it was?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It, I guess, made illegal discrimination based on race. They didn't force people to hire black people. They just couldn't not hire black people because they were black.
True. So basically, if you saw someone and you said no to hire them because you didn't want to hire them because they're black, you're in trouble. So they're pretty much forcing you to hire somebody.
No, it's not.
No, you don't.
Basically removing the reason for you not hiring someone being on a racial basis. You can hire whoever you want.
Well, also in practice, it really didn't do that.
It also extends the rental agreements as well. There's also rental laws that says that a person has to take the first person. I forgot what it's called, but I think they have to take the first minority person that applies. They can't deny them. They can't deny them.
Not in this country, thank fuck.
Is this the Civil Rights Act or is this affirmative action?
I thought y'all were talking about wages.
I don't know. Neon changed the subject vastly.
We're talking about lowering barriers to access, and then someone's like, "Yeah, I believe we should lower barriers to make it more equitable to access." But also, I don't believe in protected classes.
I understand where Morgus is coming from because he believes a lot in freedom and personal choice. But that's because he belongs to a class that has ultimate freedom and personal choice. I imagine if he was born, say, a black person in the 50s in a poor family, and he would realize he has no fucking choice about anything, he would change his opinion.
Hold on, hey, real quick. Real quick, if I was born right now in a poor neighborhood, knowing what I know now, I would have a very successful life. Let me say that, okay? It's knowledge which is the issue, not your circumstance, okay? Can anybody here honestly say if you had to...
your business, or you want to try to raise, you want to hire these black people because if they
I go there every single Saturday.
Every single Saturday.
You shouldn't tell him that, dude.
Let him tell. I don't care.
Yeah, what the hell? I'm just gonna go meet him. Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, let's see about that.
Lachama's a good guy. Lachama's a good guy.
There's an echo, like, are you on speaker, Saint?
Someone's on speaker.
It's Dawson.
Yeah, it's Saint. Can you use headphones? Something?
My bad. But yeah, push out the message, man.
When in
It's very
Saturdays?
secure.
What time?
Trust me, wherever time you catch me, man.
I mean, like, I don't want to come like afternoon, find out you're already gone.
Wherever time it is, man. You know.
Well, that's true. No, that's a different risk. That's not. Hold on. That Well, I mean, that's kind of obvious. But the reason why I make this this is a very self-evident point is that at the end of the day, yes, you can get STDs from dirty ladies, right? This is why you should practice sex before marriage, sex after marriage. Excuse me.
Jesus.
Wait, hold on. But also, this is not innate. You're not born with STDs, right? When you as a human are born, your fecal matter is always going to have E. coli, right? It's always going to have E. coli. So whenever you have homosexual relations, right, okay, but that's like a rare exception. But when you have these homosexual activities, these butt sex, right? You're going to most likely contract UTI from the coli going into your urinary tract and infecting it and destroying your liver. So this it's quite different from like getting STDs from a woman. That's the only point I wanted to make.
But you can literally do the same thing.
What do you mean?
But where is the more prevalence? Like, that's the point. Like, if you
but
do a risk analysis.
Going through the
the prevalence is more higher in the gays because, as I said before, they're lazy and they're like, oh yeah, I'm not going to get this person pregnant because they're a dude, so I'm not going to even bother wearing a condom.
They also have to do anal sex unless they want to do the other one, but it's really painful.
What do you mean when they dock or whatever?
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus, it's getting way too graphic. So the second point was
when the
you're
two
religiously
snakes
against
meet.
it. Let's go on to the religious part.
Yeah, this is my religious. I have to do some shopping right now, but I look like a fucking idiot talking to myself while I'm outside the fucking supermarket.
Everybody does it with AirPods.
Trying to debate.
Yo, just
Nah, you know what? I'm just gonna.
GME. If anybody tells you anything, I'll come over there and suck their fucking cocks. All right, fuck them.
Oh my god.
Wait. So okay, let me make my religious point. Right, I do believe that there is an important integrity in maintaining this conservative value that has built this great nation, this great Christian nation, right? Where the nuclear family, the nuclear family, right? By the grace of God, and his blessing onto this country has given us the ability to perform, exceed, and go above and beyond. Right, our wildest dream, because we follow the Lord, the Jesus Christ. Where our nuclear family, I'm not trolling. Why do you keep saying I'm trolling? Holy shit!
Do you realize that the nuclear family is a very recent concept? Like,
Oh
most
my god, are you
people
gonna argue that?
really?
Base
department.
Hello. Being a transsexual is also a recent fucking development.
That's disgusting too. That's like a. You're being a sodomite when you're doing that.
Having two gay dads is a recent development.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
I'm talking about the nuclear family itself, like that. Like
saying a nuclear family is just a modern concept. You just
families,
delusional.
Giant Like we didn't just have. We used to not just have
we used to live in mud huts. Do you want to go back to that as well?
We used to have mom, dad, kid, aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa, cousins, all that.
We used to live in caves. Should we go back to that?
No, I was just making the point that
nothing wrong with
the nuclear family isn't as this ancient old tradition ordained by God, as people say.
Let's organize this debate. Okay, so Kingfish was talking. Okay, what's your main point?
My main point was I just heard somebody say that the nuclear family was ancient, ordained by God, and everything is every bit of like
Is that what
history
we're
was like
debating now?
around
Is that
it,
what we're
and
debating now? Nuclear family.
Oh, what? Isn't the nuclear family
I
like
mean,
what? A mom, a dad, 2.5 children?
yes, I don't really care about.
I'm more interested to know, like, what does he mean by
whatever.
they built this great country? Right. So what does that
Built
mean?
this city on rock and roll.
Right. Yeah, that's what you mean, bro.
Yeah, I have to disagree with that. I don't think this was.
Because gays earn more money, they actually contribute more to
Gays
society.
earn more money because they don't have a family to raise, probably.
Yeah, so they contribute to society more through taxation.
Well, fuck society. I don't give a shit about society.
Bro, doesn't somebody literally just argue that?
I think it's much more to do with the ability for Americans to cooperate in between religions. We
Never
weren't
worked for
going
a
and
Zionist.
having
Never
fucking
been a yes man.
killings between Catholics.
Violence.
Yeah, the First Amendment literally had freedom of religion.
Can we just let the guy speak for a
Freedom
sec? Literally, just let him speak. Like, literally, guys are literally acting like children.
Speak your truth.
The ability
Your
for
truth.
people of different religions
Fuck
and
up, let
different
us speak.
beliefs to cooperate with each other for the betterment of the nation. In Europe, you see a bunch of nations failing, or a giant revolts, particularly in Ireland, again and again and again, because of Catholics and Protestants trying to fight against each other. You see the same thing far longer ago in Spain, where you had the Muslims fighting against the Christian
The Ottoman Empire.
We were able to build the American Empire because we were able to take in everyone, regardless of their religion, under that concept and culture of Americanism.
Wait, so you're saying we should do away with religion?
By the way, in the first place, who created America? Who created America?
There was a Spanish guy
Adam
named
and Eve, Adam and Steve.
Christopher Cologne.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
The Spanish guy.
where were he from? He was from Europe, right?
I don't know,
He's
fucking
from,
America.
There's no such thing as Americanism. It's just Europe. You're just Europeans.
They just like neo-Europeans. Neo-Europeans.
You are just Europeans.
Europeans. Then Europeans.
We're not fucking
Europeans. Europeans. You fuckers.
So if you're not Europeans, then how can you actually speak the English language in America?
Why are you
or
speaking
Spanish?
British English?
Yeah,
British English.
that's right.
International English.
Yeah, and also like basically
what you Brits don't understand. We fucking
also like
the
rejecting
American
European
war for
empire,
rock and roll.
rejecting the British.
It was all about the tea. The fucking tea in the harbor.
Yeah, it was true.
Jesus,
No,
fucking tea.
it wasn't
man.
about tea. It wasn't even about taxation. It was
Taxation
about
is bad.
taxation without representation. We didn't have a say in how we were taxed.
You're a
If they
colony.
would've just
That's
given
all
us
you
some
are.
representation
Time to bring
in
you
Parliament,
back.
things might have gone differently. But no,
Well,
they
you got
couldn't
your
do that.
fucking ass kicked, bitch.
That's
Take
how
the L.
colonies work. Literally, look at India, the crown colony of the British Empire. They had no representation for the past 100 years, and
we
they didn't
wouldn't
cry.
be fucked like how India
They
was
didn't
fucked.
cry at all. You're right.
Well,
you're definitely
there
sure
was
that the
some-
Indians
there
didn't
was
say
some-
anything.
There was some civil
They didn't say-
conflicts,
they
yes,
didn't
during
say
the 1860s.
anything at all.
Starvation.
Yeah, they did
hunger.
Gandhi.
Well,
Yeah,
starvation was
street shitting.
starvation was because of another factor called the Second World War.
Right.
Oh yes, when they reallocated the resources.
Well, it's
those
not even the
bastards.
World War II. Like throughout the history of like India, like a lot of the British leaders didn't really like give any like relief to any sort of famine because like they viewed it as
They needed
sort
for
of
the
social
war effort,
Darwinist thing.
basically. You know.
Yeah. Come on, there was a war going on.
Yeah.
You have to make
what do you want me to
decisions.
do?
That's just how it
Come
goes.
on. Come on. Anyway, is that why we should get rid of religion in America?
No, of course not.
No, absolutely not. We should
Religion
absolutely
is an
not get rid of
integral
religion.
part of this great nation.
Jesus is my witness.
Regardless of my
I didn't say
personal
that.
opinion on religion,
If there was no religion, the status quo would completely change, and
Should
it'd be
there only
horrible.
be one religion in America?
Actually, that's not very true because every American president just says he's Christian, but in the meantime does horrible things, and
Obama
still
was
he
a
thinks
Muslim,
he's
though.
Christian.
Yeah, like
Did
fucking
Obama actually
bombing
claim to
like
be a
drone
Christian?
strikes.
If I lay my hands on a book and say, like, I swear,
Yeah.
in some words that I'm a Christian, come on, everyone will believe me, especially when I'm president, you know. But If
Yes,
I
sir.
just do it behind door and literally say like fuck Christians, come on, nobody would even see that.
What do you mean? We've got recording devices in there. We can pick it up.
Yeah, we can pick it up, and then why did never anyone pick something up like that?
Well,
because they're Christians, they're fearing
videos. That's why.
It's called privacy, No,
there's no privacy. There's no expectation of it.
Anyways, I'm just gonna go. I should probably take a shower because I kind of stink.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, maybe a shit as well, right?
No expectation of privacy in America. This is the land of the media and home of the Patriot Act.
So,
so are you saying that Obama is not Christian?
He may or may not have been Christian at some time, but he may or may not have been Muslim too.
That is unacceptable.
Oh my god. So is Trump like a Hindu or something?
He was trans religion.
Was
identified
Trump
as multiple.
Was Trump an actual Christian person?
I believe he believed
what he
in
told me.
Jesus. So
Oh, yeah, of
you know.
course.
He was probably
If
a
there was
genius.
money,
Well, hey, I mean,
if there was money
he's
in it, he
keeping it in
believed
the
in it.
Abrahamic family, right?
100%.
A nuclear
Well,
family is a part of Christianity. I'm pretty sure.
So, for those of you who are in the UK, I'm just dying to know, how do you feel about the state of the nuclear family in the UK?
Why? What's happened to the nuclear family there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just curious, like, because I mean I know how the situation is here in the States. We have an increasing number of single moms, but what about the UK? Like,
Nice.
Oh, so the way it works in the UK, let me explain it for you. We have this thing called benefits, right? But the husbands don't have to leave to get the benefits, so they stay together.
But that's mostly in Western Europe, so yeah.
I got a better question for the Brits. How does it feel to be have your prime minister be an American?
Have our prime? Wait, are you talking about Boris?
Johnson's American.
Born
Just
in
because he's
America,
half German and
he had
half
American
American
citizenship up until 2016.
based.
Yo, that's sick. He's one of
Maybe
us.
he's like Trump's
He's
cousin or
basically an
something.
American.
You know, he kind of looks a bit like Trump, so maybe he's related. I don't know.
Got the fucked up hairstyle.
Do you guys like Boris Johnson? Like, are you a fan of his?
Well, it depends. He's a bit, you know, sometimes he does good things, sometimes he really fucks up. But on the whole, we like him. He's fairly
He's
decent.
overall okay.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
overall
He
okay,
gets a thumbs up, pretty
Man,
much.
dude, why do you guys keep embarrassing me? I'm out in public right now talking about all these like
the corona
God.
policy, the corona policy and the Boris was pretty good, to be honest.
I mean, we vaccinated. Wait, what did they use the
50
word?
million. 50 million
Exterminated.
people.
Oh, sorry, I mean vaccinated quite a few people.
Yeah, 50 million already by now.
Pronoun. I've been vaccinated, and I can tell you right now, I am a functioning,
you're
healthy
alive?
young man,
You're
ready
not
to do
alive,
some
bro.
backflips. Okay, yes, the Jewish conspiracy
How's
is
your
not
5G
true. Wow, what a
reception, though?
surprise!
Is it improved,
So
or-
the Jews conspiracy is that vaccinations is like bad for you. Like, why the fuck is the entire state of Israel unvaccinated?
Wait, guys,
I know, right? Pfizer.
I'm slowly turning. I'm slowly turning into an Israeli bot. Must support the state
Post
of Israel.
IDF content.
Must die for the country.
Dude, some of them are hot as fuck though. Holy shit. I
IDF
watched this girl.
military
Oh
woman.
my lord.
My God.
IDF forever.
Have you seen the Palestinian hotties? No, there aren't any. Sorry.
Well, you know, after the peace that was made tonight between the truce that was made between Palestine and Israel.
Honestly, this is the real reason.
There wasn't any peace because Palestinians were actually rioting in Jerusalem again. They were throwing
They
rocks
will
and
riot.
Molotov cocktails.
They'll probably throw a few handmade nuclear missiles. You know?
Yeah, but you know, no one is talking about that. Like, it's not happening. You know,
Well,
Palestinians.
that's what they do, you know. They're just Arabs. They can't really help.
They
it.
have no impulse control.
Every
you know?
person that likes is that says like free Palestine. No one talks about it. Like they're not like oh my god, it doesn't even happen. No, they're not rioting. They're just celebrating with some like McDonald's cheeseburgers.
Just
No.
enthusiastic protesters.
McDonald's.
Yeah, it's just
Maybe we need some McDonald's in Palestine. You know, it might chill them out a bit.
Yeah, why did you say cheeseburger? What was that about a cheeseburger
So
you
now,
said?
but what you mentioned earlier with the hot Jewish girls, it's actually the real reason the Holocaust happened. Hitler could not handle the rejection. He got
He was
rejected by a
rejected.
Jewish
He was
chick,
in the
and he
art
just
community and he got rejected. So
Yeah.
He was rejected for the University of Arts of Vienna. Yes, that's true.
yeah, it turns out amateur drawing and being able to play Wonderwall on the guitar wasn't enough to impress them.
Well, the concept behind Israel is the solution to that problem they have is they need a one-state solution. They
yes.
need Israel and Palestine.
Well,
to be
how
one
do you
country.
typically get one state? You end up
Well,
wiping out the other people.
And then they can call it
True.
Israel Palestine. They need one state, one government, one military. Okay.
Well,
and
technically,
and hold on, and the
Unite,
Arabs they need
unite.
political representation. It makes,
They
it makes no sense to have,
this will blow your
to have
mind.
these-
There's Arab Palestinians in parliament in Israel. I mean,
that's true.
Arab Israelis.
That's
actually
good.
true.
They should be there. First off, let me attest to this. I think it was late last year.
One state secular solution under Israel.
I went to Dallas, Texas, and I met a she was an Israeli Arab girl, and so I met her, and I started talking to her about her family and stuff. And she told me that her family was Christian, because a lot of people don't realize, but a lot of the Palestinians are actually Christian. They don't even realize
the ones that are tolerable, acceptable ones are Christian.
No, they had, and she said she was Christian. She was from Israel. She said, but part of her family was Muslim as well. But she said both sides of her family encouraged her to believe in God and that kind of thing. But when I talked to her, she was just a very nice person, and it's nothing. They always portray the Palestinians as these terrorists and these bomb throwers and these.
I mean, it's always a very.
They're just normal people like anybody else, and they just want to live their life and prosper.
Right.
Well,
if you go to North Korea, if you go to North Korea or China, I don't know about China, but most people are generally just fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not going to try and bludgeon you or anything, right? But the minority that are fucking evil and have the power or have the weapons, those guys are fucking sadistic motherfuckers, and they will attack you.
True, like
well,
the
they're
Hamas.
indoctrinated. I mean, the ones who are doing that are the ones who are indoctrinated. But what they need in Israel is they need to actually actively push for a one-party state, or not one-party state, but a one-state solution. There needs to be.
Hey, by the way.
Secular state solution. One state
Yeah,
secular
by the way,
solution.
I just want to comment. I just want to comment on the Chinese thing. I met a very lovely Chinese guy. Right, his name was Kevin. Obviously, that's not his real name, but he came over. He's from Shanghai, and he would tell me, I hate the Chinese government. He's literally from China. He would I fucking hate the Chinese government. I support Taiwan. I live in China. My parents are from China, but I fucking hate them. I was like, wow, this guy's cool.
I mean, it's the thing, right? You meet the individuals, they're like base people, but the government is like a bunch of fucking shitheads.
Well, technically, Israel is a bit loyal to the US, It's both a nation of immigrants and refugees.
I mean, how do we get the Chinese on our side?
Wait, did you meet this guy online, or did you actually meet him?
On Craigslist.
No.
I'm joking, I'm joking.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he came over to study to get his degree. I met him at the gym, and from there we kind of struck up a friendship. He told me about his background. He's from China. He hates CCP. He hates communism, and he literally told me. He literally told me in his thick Chinese accent. He's like, "Hey, if I come to America, I vote for Trump. Trump is so cool. I hate China." I was like, "Wow, this guy is
China number one."
Yeah, he's so cool, man.
I would assume that
He's the guy that escaped
You're
the
probably going to be
re-education
more
camps.
likely to encounter Chinese that are friendly to the American system when it comes to Chinese people that are in America.
We need to integrate the Chinese because they'll be the Chinese American super race. The one state solution for China and America.
Sino-American Union.
What about I don't know.
I don't know. No, I can't even say that sounds basic because that sounds cursed.
What if we just nuke the shit out of China? That sounds.
How about we don't?
We wouldn't get any product then.
Well, with India, and Bangladesh, Vietnam. Well, enough.
Time to invade Vietnam again.
Did you guys know?
And now Nepal into shit.
Yeah, did you know that in the was it the 80s? I
It would solve unemployment issues for India. That's what I would do.
That's true.
Well,
Yeah, something about the 80s.
yeah, did you know that in the 80s, and I was surprised to find this out that the Chinese went to war with the Vietnamese like in the 80s, right? And China's this big ass country, 1 million people, and they had this little war with Vietnam, and the Vietnamese kicked their ass. Like, how are you have 1 billion people, and you basically lose to a country that the whole country is like a little strip, that is on the coast, and you just lose.
Remind me, are you American?
Vietnam is fucking
Am I
hardcore, man.
American? Am I American?
Yes.
Let me ask something. What animal is in my avatar?
There's a bear shit in the woods.
Frog?
No. What animal is in my avatar?
Frog.
Looks like frog.
Okay, what type of frog?
Toad, maybe.
It's not a toad.
It's an American frog, American eagle frog.
Nah, there's no such thing as an American eagle frog.
That's just fucking.
Who do you specialize in?
American bullfrog, maybe.
Yeah, he's the one that got it right. It's actually called they're called North American bullfrogs. But he asked me if I'm an American. Yeah, I'm an American. Yeah.
America, fuck yeah.
Well, America actually got their asses kicked in Vietnam
Yeah, of
too.
course
You
they
know?
did. Because Vietnam, you never fuck with Vietnam.
Well, not in the way that, because what happened in America is what they did in Vietnam was completely unnecessary. What they should have done is what they do now. They should have just sent in like CIA agents. They should have let the communists take over Vietnam.
They should have just sent them McDonald's representatives.
No, and then they should have sent in like CIA agents to destabilize and infiltrate and that kind of thing.
Right.
And then they could have gotten like a pro-Western.
Second question.
Hold on, they could have gotten like a pro-Western puppet in power. But instead of what they did is they said, we're going to move in with our military and we're going to conduct a long-term nation building and re-indoctrination of the people, and we're going to prop up this weak government in South Vietnam, this weak, government that couldn't even do anything. We're going to back them. We're going to back them with U.S. military support and hundreds of thousands of troops, and that's what led to the disaster in Vietnam.
I think the single most disastrous thing is that they weren't prepared for jungle warfare.
Yeah, the jungle. They should have sent Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's why they failed.
No,
well, I mean, Americans have been in different wars throughout history on all types of terrain. I mean, there's all types of, the terrain. The terrain
was why they lost. The Viet Cong knew how to use the jungle. They knew how to use
Give me an example in history where America has had the same terrain.
Nope, doesn't exist.
Where they were fighting.
Grenada.
Exactly.
Okay. Grenada. Also, I would say when they invaded the Philippines as well. It was similar terrain.
I mean, pretty much the entire South Pacific of World War II.
Yeah,
but
World War II, the
they were
Pacific
both
Theater.
different.
Korea,
They were both different back then.
Korea was relatively similar.
I mean, wait a minute.
Parts of Korea were similar.
When we went to Vietnam, weren't the Americans kind of already pussified at that point? You know, kind of a bit.
I mean, considering the amount of munitions that we dropped on them during that war, I mean, America dropped more bombs on Vietnam than they dropped in the entirety of World War II, which is
in the European.
Yeah, which is astronomical when you think about it. And then, I mean, all the troops.
Was Vietnam even really that strategically a threat? I mean, they're a bunch of like jungle people. What the fuck? You know?
According to Domino Theory, it was because if Vietnam fell, then Thailand would fall, then Bangladesh would fall, then India would fall, and all that stupid bullshit. Anyway, look, actually, you're all wrong. It's Truman's fault. Look, Ho Chi Minh, the dude actually straight up quoted the American Declaration of Independence when he was, declaring independence from French forces. He asked for our assistance, and we said no. We said no because now Roosevelt would have said, yeah, fuck yeah, let's get the French out of there, let's decolonize this place. Truman sided with the French because he's a fucking dumbass and he didn't want to be with the fucking patriot ass fucking Vietnamese. What the fuck, man? Come on, Truman. Dick fucking move. Truman is the guy who fucked up Vietnam.
Bloody Frenchies.
I'm sorry about that rant, but
So it was the frogs after all.
Truman's in the trees, man.
I unapologetically blame Truman for
Dude,
Vietnam.
I mean, he's kind of right, though, man.
Is it right to be that wrong?
Fuck Truman. Fuck Truman.
It's a pretty decent point.
Yeah, he's changed my mind on things, right? Yeah, so I got a new clarity.
What I was going to say, though, Bullfrog, is that I'm kind of, given that you are an American, and given, I assume, that you understand America's history with Vietnam, I question why you are shocked that Vietnam was able to beat China. They do have a history of beating superpowers.
Yeah, well, I mean, China has 1 billion people and this huge military, and they couldn't take out. They got punched in the nose by, in a border skirmish by the Vietnamese. It's just hilarious. And then everyone's, oh, China's this big threat. China can't even handle Vietnam. I mean, at least America is able to dominate the countries that are in our immediate backyard. Like, we still have an embargo on Cuba.
Like who?
We still have.
What about Mexico?
Central, South America under the Monroe
Mexico
Doctrine.
as well.
What about Mexico? You can't even control the border with Mexico. What are you talking about?
They walk straight up into Vietnam.
Mexico #1.
Mexico #1.
I don't know.
Yeah, why is
We gotta get in talks with Mexico, see if
Could have
we
built a
can
Mexican city
send
state.
over a couple of groups of U.S. Rangers.
You need
maybe
to
a
build
few
the wall below
take out the
Mexico. That's the
cartel.
problem. Just get the
Well, all I'm
Mexicans to do it
saying is
for
that
you.
I am like 80% sure that the United States could utterly cripple the cartels in like a fucking week if we deployed fucking special
Just
forces.
deploy the
and
drones.
strikes in Mexico.
Deploy the drones.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Mexico is being a fucking bitch pussy.